Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. This headline, brand new from today, caught my attention. It's Ripple spent $170,000 lobbying President Trump's staff on blockchain and cryptocurrency in 2019. Well, whatever you think about lobbyists, this is kind of how the world works. And Ripple is doing everything that they can to make sure they have absolute open communication with legislators and lawmakers on a federal level, specifically within the United States. And it's important. There's a reason that they have this saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because whatever you think of cryptocurrencies, even if you're a legislator and you're concerned about the harms of Bitcoin and it's being used for nefarious things, which is kind of a bogus argument, in my opinion, the truth of the matter is that you can use cryptocurrencies for very good things, and the proof is in the pudding. XRP is actually being used today, saving people money, saving businesses money. XRP saving money as a bridge currency. Some of the poorest people in the world are benefiting as a result of this in the corridors in which it's operating. So that's the messaging that has been sent out there. And so I wanted to highlight this piece also, and this is from October 22nd of last year. Some of you may have caught this one, but just in case, I want to use this as a little bit of a primer. It was titled, Ripple Expands Global Team as Crypto Ad Highlighting XRP and Network Speed Earns Praise from Binance CEO. And so they're talking about an expansion to Washington, D.C., and that's the only part that I want to touch on there. But before we do go any further here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and also if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, which is the best channel ever to be on YouTube. That's science right there. Trust that. So a San Francisco-based fintech, Ripple, is expanding its global regulatory team and will reportedly become the first major blockchain firm with a dedicated business office in Washington, D.C. The move is designed to tackle compliance issues facing crypto innovators and the banking industry as new blockchain-based platforms that introduce revolutionary systems, concepts, and protocols continue to challenge regulators. Now, Ripple aims to assemble a powerhouse team that can communicate with policymakers to advance the company's products and services. Management says the team of seasoned professionals has a wealth of legislation and policy experience. Now, according to the announcement, Craig Phillips, former counselor to the secretary at the U.S. Treasury Department, is joining Ripple's board of directors and is tasked with providing counsel to the company's leadership team by advising on various regulatory policies. Which is why, again, this headline today about Ripple spending $170,000 lobbying the Trump administration shouldn't be too terribly surprising. So here's a quote from Ripple. We have expanded our global regulatory bench to include Susan Friedman as International Policy Counsel and Ron Hammond as Manager of Government Relations. Prior to Ripple, Friedman was the senior advisor to CFTC Chairman Heath Tarbert in his previous capacity as Treasury's Assistant Secretary for International Markets. And then the piece continues, while serving as an advisor to Tarbert, Friedman advised and collaborated with Treasury officials on issues related to financial services regulation, investment, security, and trade. So I'd say that they're getting along with the people they need to get along with out there. So let me jump now to this new piece from today. New numbers are revealing how Ripple is spending its money to shape blockchain and cryptocurrency regulations in the United States. Ripple spent $170,000 lobbying the American government across the first 3 quarters of 2019, according to the Center for Responsive Politics. The nonpartisan research tracking group secured the data from the Senate Office of Public Records and says Ripple lobbied the executive office of President Donald Trump. The group, which publishes the data on its website Open Secrets, also notes that Ripple spent a total of $450,000 on lobbying in 2018. So actually went down in 2019. Now, in October, Ripple announced that it's opening a dedicated office in Washington, D.C., which I already covered there. Now, and in July, the startup took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal asking lawmakers in Congress to recognize the potential for blockchain and cryptocurrency to boost the economy and the U.S. dollar. And so, look, as well-intentioned as Ripple is, and as genuinely useful as XRP is, without sufficient open communication between Ripple and United States lawmakers, I think it would be kind of foolish foolish and naive to assume that the regulatory outcome, as it pertains to XRP, would be favorable if those that are actually building an ecosystem around XRP were not in a meaningful way participating in communicating to lawmakers what it actually is, what it's actually used for, because it's clearly not a security, that's for damn sure. And so, to me, this is the way the world works. I'm not seeing a fundamental problem, and also, we're in the XRP community here. Everybody listening, by and large, I mean, there's the occasional Bitcoin troll out there, and I love you, Bitcoin troll. Keep hanging out. You're a good guy or gal. So I think it's okay to say maybe we want this to happen because we're a little biased. But hey, whatever. That's okay. I'd rather it go this way than proper messaging not get to those that are legislating. So from my perspective, that makes a whole lot of sense here. So moving on here now. Here I got this next piece from XRP Crypto Wolf, and shout out to you, my friend. And this one is titled "New Congressional Bill Seeks De Minimis Tax Exemption for Smaller Crypto Transactions." And I was not familiar with the term de minimis, so I used the Webernets. I hopped on the Googles here, and I looked it up. I typed in, what is de minimis? And the definition here is too trivial or minor to merit consideration, especially in law. So there we go. We learned something today. Moon Lambo teaching us stuff, damn it. All right. A renewed effort to create a de minimis tax exemption for day-to-day cryptocurrency purchases has begun in the halls of the United States Congress. The Virtual Currency Tax Fairness Act of 2020, published Thursday by Washington, D.C.-based crypto advocacy group Coin Center, was introduced by Congresswoman Susan Delbene of Washington and Congressman David Schweikert of Arizona. The bill addresses an issue that arose from the IRS's determination in 2014 that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies constitute a form of property. Namely, that transactions both big and small trigger a taxable event that leaves payers on the hook for capital gains. And by the way, that's going to be, I hope it's clear, but just in case it's not, having a taxable event triggered every time there's a transaction is terrible if you're intending to use a cryptocurrency as an actual currency. Because this is not the same as sales tax. This is like a capital gains tax. All right, that'd be an addition to that. So anyway, critics of this state of affairs say that it impedes the use of cryptocurrency as a form of payment due to the tax burden involved. Oh, absolutely. The goal of the new bill is to exempt transactions involving cryptocurrencies if the calculated gain in question is below $200. As the bill states, quote, "Gross income of an individual shall not include gain by reason of changes in exchange rates from the disposition of virtual currency in a personal transaction, as such term is defined in section 11988, blah, blah, blah. The preceding sentence shall not apply if the gain, which would otherwise be recognized on the transaction, exceeds $200. So, presumably on the surface, it sounds like a step in the right direction, right? If approved, the bill would cover transactions taking place after December 31st, 2019. Now, the language and intent of the bill is similar to a 2017 effort in Congress, also sponsored by Schweikert, along with then-Rep. Jared Polis, though in that case, the proposed law would have exempted transactions at a floor of $600 in gain, so 3 times higher right there. But Coin Center, which has published for the de minimis exemption as part of its work on Capitol Hill, said Thursday that this easy solution to an obvious problem with today's tax treatment of cryptocurrencies would help level the playing field for this technology. And it's tough to figure this stuff out when you don't even have cryptocurrencies properly categorized in terms of, is it a commodity, is it a currency, is it a utility token, this or that. It's kind of tough to decide what the tax implications are. So I think we're a ways away from getting this whole thing straightened out. All right, lastly, I did want to mention this here. XRP Crypto will put this tweet out, and I caught it. He wrote, "XRP community, thank you so much for all of your love and support. My research/news will always be free to everyone, so my Patreon is only if you want to show me some love and support. I appreciate all of you that sign up for my Patreon." So we did create a Patreon, and I got to tell you, XRP Crypto Wolf, I say it the same way frequently. He is just a machine. He like almost literally daily. He's sending all sorts of stuff to my inbox proactively. He approached me about that. I didn't ask. He just sent me a message to say, hey, would you like me to do this? And I was like, yeah, that's nice of you and very awesome. And I'm not the only one that he does that for, but just think about the amount of time he's spending doing that, just completely for free. And so a lot of the stuff that he sends me, you may have noticed if you've been following my channel for a while, it ends up getting featured here, and I'm genuinely appreciative. And so he did start a Patreon. It's just if you want to send a little monetary love his way. And so I just wanted to give him a little plug because I very much appreciate what he's doing here for the community. And I'll tell you what, he's got now on Twitter 17,700 followers, and he's earned that following. Let me just say that. I think it's awesome what he's doing. He's tweeting all the time, putting out all sorts of good stuff. So he's definitely having a positive influence on the community. So I always love highlighting when I feel like there's people that are contributing to the XRP community in any sort of way, especially if it's particularly meaningful. I always love to give shout outs and highlight that. I think it's commendable what's going on here. So I thought I'd wrap up the video with something positive like that. And so thank you very much, XRP Crypto Wolf. You are the man. But I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.